All right, welcome back to Dale's Custom Cars and Editing. I had a Yamaha VMAX accident and blew up here. No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, I bought a VMAX from a guy, and I want to make a snow dog. So I got parts for sale. The motor is supposedly bad. I did a compression test on it. It seemed to be fine, but must be reed valve or something out of it. Anyway, so there it is. And this is kind of the first step of putting this thing together. And first thing I did is I cut the whole front end off of it. Front end is sitting over there. It's all for sale. It's a 95 Yamaha VMAX. And hoping I can recoup some of my money out of it. Because after I bought it, then I started looking everything over. And on this side, the rear idlers are loose. As you can see, this side has the slide on it yet. But there's no rubber on this wheel. Oh, there's a little piece there. Yeah, just a little piece. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. But let me get a light on this subject here. This thing, I think this thing was beat. But yeah, here you go. Now you can kind of see it. Just a little piece of rubber still left on it. So that's junk. Slides on this side. But let me take it to the other side. But on this side, there's no slide. They were driving around with no slide on it. They wore it off. And then the track's all beat. So I might be looking for all that before I can do anything else. You can see the track is wore. It's terrible. Poor thing. You know, look at this. This is all junk. But anyway, we'll just pretend we didn't see that, like Derek would say. So anyway, went up to our local steel dealer today, and I bought 1x1, if the camera ever focuses, I bought 1x1 by 16 gauge square tubing mild steel. And what I'm going to be doing is I still got these rivets. Some of these rivets here have to be drilled out yet. Then I can pull these plates off. And then I got a piece of tin over there. And I'm going to lay that tin across here. And I'm going to bed line it all, clean it up, bed line it on this side, bed line it on the other side of the tin. And then I'm going to take a 1x1 tubing. For example, like this piece, this is just an example. Make a perimeter frame that goes around the whole thing, you know. And it looks like I'll be able to snake 1x1 tubing underneath here. So, you know, and then I want to bring it out far enough to, because here I'm going to make a angle front down. So if this thing tips up a little bit, it'll drive itself back up. So the next step will be to build a perimeter frame. This clutch is going to come off, the secondary clutch, and I'm going to put a crank handle on here, because if I want to reverse it off of a trailer, I can just put the crank on there and then I'll run it backwards and off the trailer so it has reverse. And then I think I'm going to put a pillow block bearing in here, get rid of this setup, Put a pillow block bearing here. Then there'll be a sprocket here that drives up to the drive chain to the secondary clutch on the torque converter system coming off the Predator motor. So, I'll just put a 6.5 horse on here because that'll pull 1,000 pounds. I got a 14 horse, but I think I'm going to save that for the second one I'm going to build. So, anyway, yeah. So this will all be covered up with that tin that's sitting over there, that piece right there. All this, I'll take this off and this and this. I want to put this stuff, I think, back on though, for the strength. Because this is steel, the tunnel is aluminum. So I'll be able to weld this into the 1x1 on each end, each one of these. I'll just trim them off and then run my 1x1 tubing like this. So, and then I'll just rivet them back on. So that's kind of where we stand, but this thing is just horrible on the suspension. It needs a lot of work. It's kind of disappointing because now you're talking you could have bought a running and driving sled and ripped it apart. This poor thing was just beat. Whatever's left of it's going to have an easy life, and then somebody that's restoring one, these parts will be valuable to them. So maybe that'll help somebody out. So, but anyway, I'm happy with it so far, but what else can I say? This is just kind of the first video on what I'm going to do here. I'll clean all this up. Like I say, then I'll run an angle down. Flat steel going across here. And, yeah. So, anyway, stay tuned. Please subscribe and like. And I don't get nothing for it. It's just if you want to kind of follow me along with this one. Because I've looked at a lot of videos, and I'm going to incorporate some of this guy's idea, some of that guy's idea in there. And, I'll give him credit too for it. But, yeah. And then I got to look for suspension parts. So I got to bring this thing back from the dead. So sometimes people know how to ride them, but they don't know how to maintain them. But I wouldn't have it either, I guess, if it didn't. So supposedly the motor blew up. There's no holes in it or anything, But it looks like it blew up here, but it looks worse than what it actually is in the camera. But yeah, so all that stuff is for sale. Anyway, cheap too, giveaway prices. Just to clear it out. I will ship some of it. The hood, I don't know. The hood and the gauges, all that stuff is complete. Headlight, everything, all that goes with it. Spounder cable. This thing had electric start. So somebody wants electric start. And the motor's rebuildable for sure. And yeah. I can scan here kind of, see if there's anything anybody's interested in. All the plastics are in good shape. Yeah, they got some scrapes and shit in them, but they would work, But yeah. Anyway, just please like and subscribe, and you can watch me build this thing. I'm gonna be buying a better camera system, then you can actually see me work on it. And I might go Facebook Live on it right away. So, and yeah, I guess that's all I can talk about right now. There's nothing else to say. Have a good day, guys, and thank you for checking it out. Bye-bye.